What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first qualifier match between Angelina Jolie and Tim. Tim from China, Angelina Jolie, if I'm not mistaken, is from the Netherlands. And the first map is being played on Arabia. It is a nice little Mesoamerican battle between Angelina Jolie as the Mayans and Tim playing as the Aztecs. Tim playing in the bottom right corner. His map is a little horrible though. He's got his main gold is forward, his main stone is forward, his berries is at the bottom of a hill. He's got this wood line at least that's relatively safe. And well, I guess this his gold is kind of wallable if he wants to wall over here to between this tree and the stone and this bush over here. And he could wall off this side, so it's not that horrible at least. Let's have a look at at Angelina Jolie's map on the other end. We'll see his gold is back on top of a hill, not at the bottom of the hill. His berries also not that great. His berries are quite horrible as well, but he has a nice wood line. His main gold is safe. His secondary gold, his secondary gold and his stones are a little open. This is a wide open expanse, and it is towards his enemy. But fortunately, they're not that close to one another, so the rush distance is, well, it's about like a medium rush distance. Okay, and we see Tim is bringing in his first ball right now. Those of you that don't know, Hidden Cup 3 is a tournament organized by T90 Official, in which in the main event, players' identities are hidden, so they play under pseudonyms on accounts that are given to them ahead of time. Their identities are hidden, and so you in a match and you don't know who your opponent is. These players are playing on their own accounts at the moment, and they are playing for a spot in the main event. 8 players were automatically invited to the main event based on their ranking by their peers, and then 32 players entered into the qualifiers for the final 8 spots in the event. Alright, let's have a chat about these two civilizations. Like I said, Angelina Jolie playing as he's playing as the Mayans. Yes, as the Mayans. They're a very strong archer civilization with their unique unit, although there are some pro players who don't really like their unique units. Their unique unit is the plumed archer, which is an extremely strong and fast archer unit. And we see, okay, so we see that Angelina Jolie is going for a very early wall-off, which is interesting, which does suggest that he might want to head up to transition into a fast castle from this, although he's too late to go for a drush. I wonder if he's just gonna try and go for a straight up fast castle. I doubt that though. Okay, so he is putting down his barracks now, which is, this is actually perfect timing for a drush. Well, it's a little late maybe, like one villager late. But it should still be fine. And I think, I'm not sure if Tim saw that barracks go down.
Shot it.
Oh, this is so even, and oh, Angelina Jolie wins it with 2 HP left. This is going to be massive. Tim should, it's normally not a good idea to take a scout fight in the Dark Age because of how important scouting information is in the game, especially if you are going for the kind of strategy that Angelina Jolie is going, that I'm just going to call him AJ from now on, that AJ is going for. Where's this villager going to? Gold miner, but that was his villager that collected 10 gold. You'll see that there is 10 gold missing. There we go. On this gold, no, it's only 9 gold. No, AJ, no. Oh, sorry, never mind. That's the Mayans. It will only be 9 gold. There you go. And the drush from AJ is coming in. He is hitting the gold of Tim, and the goal with the drush is not to really do damage. It's basically just to cause idle time for your opponent, and that is exactly what AJ is achieving with this drush right now. Obviously, though, the Aztecs do start with an additional 50 gold at the start of the game, so for them it will be easier to still be able to get loom and click up to and still create 5 militia of his own. But in the meantime, you can see that AJ is completely walling off his entire base. So he will be, I mean, he will get to Castle Age as safely as he possibly could. He only clicked up to Feudal Age now, which means he will get to the Feudal Age at about 12 minutes time, and then probably drop an archery range and a blacksmith, and then he will click up to Castle Age. And here we see Tim coming forward with his 4 militia now, and these 3 militia of AJ he'll probably lose these 3 militia, but he will also be completely happy with that because they did achieve what they set out to do. The goal of these 3 militia was simply to cause idle time, and he did exactly that. I'm concerned though. I think AJ doesn't have enough farms, and he doesn't have the necessary food income to actually click up to Castle Age. Is he just going for a drush into archers? Okay, so he's not going for a fast castle, and yeah, that's a good idea because now he will be towered. This is what you will often see when a player does completely wall off his base. You will see that his opponent will come forward and then just build towers. That is an open invitation to get towered, is to just simply wall off your entire base. And now AJ is forced to react to this. He's starting to gather some stone, but I think that might be futile because he will be pushed back. He's just gathering stone on the way back to the town center, most likely. There you go, and he did get the men-at-arms upgrade for his 3 militia that are still forward, or 4 militia that are still forward. He did create an extra militia, an extra men-at-arms. But now the problem for him is that these 5 villagers and 2 men-at-arms are inside his base. He's dropping his archery range and blacksmith now. Oh no, and you will see Tim coming with the BM strats, starting to wall in AJ's stone, or I think he was attempting to wall in AJ's stone. And a counter tower coming up here from AJ, and I think his tower, yes, his tower will go up first, unless these villagers can deny it. But no, AJ does push back well enough, and he will deny this forward from Tim. Unfortunately for Tim, this will be denied. Although, okay, AJ will probably... Don't tell me that this is just out of range. 2, 3. Now these men-at-arms should still be in range of this tower, shouldn't they? This is pretty well defended here from AngelinaJolie. He's going to clean up this tower, then he should be able to clean up this tower as well. Let's see what Tim is doing behind this. Tim he's heavy on stone. He's not taking gold at all, which I find pretty strange. And now Tim, realizing that there might be trouble, putting up a defensive tower on his gold, just as a precaution, just in case he does get pushed off that wall, just in case AngelinaJolie does attempt to push him off that gold. And you will see Tim taking some stone at AngelinaJolie's base, but AngelinaJolie is now going forward with his men-at-arms and archers and skirmishers, and he will hit Tim's stone and gold right as this tower goes up. Now he sees the tower, he runs over to the stone, he's gonna get, this village is gonna die, there's gonna be, no, no, he gets away. Let me just get this, there we go. So the kill death so far is definitely in Angelina Jolie's favor, but he's had so much idle time in his town center that he is 5 villages behind at the moment. And you see Angelina Jolie losing an archer there, but that's not the end of the world. He is still applying decent pressure to Tim, at least. And you see Tim still, I mean, this tower is still up, and this tower will, Angelina Jolie won't be able to get this tower down. Okay, he probably will be able to get it down now with that counter tower of his. There you go, so this tower is gonna go down now. What does Tim have inside this tower? He has 5 villages, so he will probably lose those 5 villages as well. He'll be forced to either delete his, oh no, it's not even close there. He's gonna build another tower. This is why I love the Chinese players. They are all about all-in aggression. Most of the Chinese players are all about all-in aggression. Once they start towering you and they start being aggressive on you, they don't back off. This tower, well, it's gonna go up, but it will go down as soon as it goes up, and these villages should die as well. Oh no, but now Tim has his archers and skirmishers here, and they are ready to defend this tower, so this tower will stay up for the meantime. And Angelina Jolie is forced to flee back inside his base. And Tim now just sending his villagers back to his own base, being forced to run back. And now both players will need to get ready to get up to the castle age, because we probably gonna have a little bit of a stalemate now, some feudal age fighting, and a bit of a stalemate after that until they reach castle age, and then we'll see. We will probably see Angelina Jolie go for try and get a castle down as quick as possible. And we see he is starting to bank up a little bit of stone right now. He'll probably try and get up a castle as quick as possible to get to his plumed archers. And Tim will most likely try and get to eagles, which will be his ideal unit of choice, especially the castle age eagles, which do have the additional pierce armor and that are a little stronger against archers and even plumed archers as well. Since the plumed archers are faster than regular archers and most other units, they're quite a speedy unit. The ideal counter that, yes, skirmishers will counter them, but the ideal counter for Tim to them will be some eagle warriors in the castle age. And there we see Angelina Jolie is the first to click up to the castle age. How far is Tim from clicking up? Tim is... he's not close to clicking up yet. And we see Angelina Jolie is starting to create... he's starting to create some eagles as the Mayans player. So he's looking to go into eagles and eagle warriors and skirmishers in the castle age, which also is a viable option for the Mayans as well. So eventually he got rid of that house on his stone, and Tim just being annoying with these skirmishers over here, but I doubt he'll get much done with him. He's also on his way up to the castle age now eventually. Tim, though, he is playing a little risky. Okay, he is now walling up his entire base. His gold is still pretty exposed, though. He still needs to watch out. His gold is still pretty exposed at this point, so he needs to watch out for that, because if he might get hit on his gold and he's walling himself. I don't agree with this gate over here. I would rather see him wall in front of his production buildings and in front of his gold at least, and that way just secure his gold even better. There we go. See Angelina Jolie is in the castle age, and Tim knows now he'll have to fall back with these skirmishers since AngelinaJolie will pretty soon have... Okay, he's not even going for the Elite Skirmisher upgrade. He's going for the armor on his Eagle Warriors, and... Well, he's not even going for the Eagle Warrior upgrade just yet. He's still just creating Eagle Scouts out of... Wait, do I see... no, he only has 1 barracks. Oh, sorry, never mind. It is Tim that has 3 barracks. And he is ahead in military numbers at the moment. And once he pops out with his Eagle Warriors from his barracks, this army of AngelinaJolie will be in trouble. And there we see Tim immediately getting the Eagle Warrior upgrade, which AngelinaJolie has not gotten yet. He's still running around with Eagle Scouts. And you will see Tim is 10 villages ahead at this point in time, which is absolutely massive, and that eco lead will definitely help him in the long run. AngelinaJolie, being behind an eco, will need to actually step up his game. At least he does have the Mayan eco. The Mayans do have a very strong economy. Well, so does the Aztecs, to be honest. He will have to step up his game, and he's going to have to fight hard to come back into this one. This castle went up at exactly the right time. Very fortunate for him, and now he will be able to start pumping out some plumed archers. Although the plumed archers will have a difficult time coping with these Eagle Warriors, he's just running past the castle fire. He doesn't care. Eagle Warrior don't give no fucks. He's got 5 pierce armor, so this castle that does, what's it, 13 damage per shot, only does 8 damage to... So 1 shot only does 8 damage to a single Eagle Warrior. So now we see a few plumed archers out already for AngelinaJolie, but I mean these 5 Eagle Warriors can be very dangerous in his economy. And you will see these plumed archers, he needs to be careful with these plumed archers. They are very, very squishy, especially to these Eagle Warriors. And the micro by AngelinaJolie is absolutely insane. Yeah, great micro by AngelinaJolie, not losing a single plumed archer and killing all of Tim's Eagle Warriors. That's great work there by AJ. And now, did I hear? Okay, it was Tim that put up a monastery. Obviously, with the Aztecs have an extremely powerful monastery as well, and their monks are extremely powerful, with the fact that the Aztec monks do, for each relic that he collects, well, not for each relic, sorry, for each monastery upgrade that he gets as the Aztec player, his monks do gain an extra 5 HP. And now we see AngelinaJolie pushing out with his plumed archers. Oh, he's going to run. Oh no, he's going to be sandwiched between these Eagle Warriors and the skirmishers. This is a little unfortunate for him. He doesn't lose any plumed archers, but he does lose a lot of HP on a few of them. Oh, and oh, there we go. And he loses one, and Tim decides it's not worth the fight. He needs to fall back. Oh, this is not a fight you should be taking. Fall back, AJ. There we go. So AngelinaJolie falling back into safety. Let me just hydrate a little bit. And like I said, Tim that will have to go for Eagle Warriors. He has quite a lot of... Well, he has got 14 Eagle Warriors at the moment. Well, that I can see over here. And AJ will have to... I mean, this is going to be difficult for him. He does have stronger Eagle Warriors in the post-Imperial Age. The Mayans do get stronger Eagle Warriors with their unique tech Eldorado, which gives the Eagle Warriors, I think, 40 additional HP. Which makes them 100 HP Eagle Warriors, which is absolutely insane. But the problem is, for him to actually get to that is still a long way off. Oh no, and Tim doesn't see this, and now he should see it. No, AJ, that's not the fight that he should be taking. Although I bet he's probably trying to get to these Eagle Warriors and trying to keep his base safe. As the Mayan player, fortunately, you do get a discount for your stone walls as well. So it is a little cheaper for AngelinaJolie to stone wall behind this as well. So he should probably just put up some stone walls to try and keep his base safe from these Eagle Warriors that are trying to bash into his base. And eventually a siege workshop coming up. And we see Tim heading up to the Imperial Age. Great job there by Tim, actually having a massive economy, well, not a massive economy behind this, but building up his economy behind it. Well, he's on 3 TCs right now, and he's starting to go for the outside golds as well. And AngelinaJolie pushed off these Eagle Warriors. Tim didn't lose too many of them. Alright, so now we see Mangonel out for AngelinaJolie, and we'll see what Tim is able to do from here. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, what I mean to say is we'll see what AngelinaJolie is able to do from here. He's also heading up to the Imperial Age right now. A little behind, about half, like 50% behind. But the problem for him, though, is that Tim is producing Eagle Warriors from 4 different barracks. And for him, let me just see how many castles he has. AngelinaJolie only has the 1 castle. He's producing plumed archers from 1 castle only. And with that, he needs to compete with Eagle Warrior production from 4 different barracks. Oh, this one converted plumed archer just standing on the wood line of AngelinaJolie, and he doesn't even notice it. Now eventually he notices it, and he's sending a few units over just to take care of that. Currently, Tim has by far the best army composition possible in this game. Well, he has the strongest army composition at the moment, and he's already getting out a trebuchet. Where is his castle? I didn't even see where he put up his castle. Sorry, that's AngelinaJolie's castle. Where is Tim's castle? Let me see. Tim's castle is over here. He's got his trebuchet out. And this trebuchet is most likely going straight towards AngelinaJolie's castle. And he will start trimming down AngelinaJolie's castle before AngelinaJolie even has chance to get his first trebuchet out. And you will see the eagle switch coming in from the Mayans player. As expected, it's not going to be... It's not feasible for him to stay with the plumed archers versus elite eagle warrior and skirmishers. So he'll have to go for eagles. But they do produce relatively slowly. And... I mean, he's already getting treb down. His castle already getting treb down. Already 2 trebuchets on his castle. And he's only reaching Imperial Age now. Only getting the Eagle Warrior upgrade now. Let alone Elite Eagle Warrior.
Shot it.
Oh, sorry, he does it. Sorry, that was Elite Eagle Warrior. I'm mistaken. He's not even bothering repairing this castle. Or is he? Okay, there's a villager standing here, but he's not repairing the castle. I don't know why he's not repairing this, because this is his only castle he has. Sorry, no, he does have another castle. Well, this is now the only castle he has. And there we see he is now getting his unique tech Eldorado, which does give the Eagle Warriors, where they now have 60 HP, gives them an additional 40 HP and make them 100 HP Elite Eagle Warriors. The problem though for him is that he is way behind in Eagle Warrior numbers though. Oh, that was a good mangonel shot. Another one, just one more mangonel shot like that. Oh, that was a massive shot. Dude, Tim, you're fighting in the mangonel. That was a few good mangonel shots there from AngelinaJolie, and he is still waiting for more techs to come in for his Eagle Warriors. And Tim just research Garland Wars as well, which do give the Eagle Warriors additional attack. So now we see that he has 9+6 attack on his Eagle Warriors, and Tim and AngelinaJolie only has 9+1. So it's 15 attack versus 14. I mean versus 10 attack. I can't even math. Sorry. He will probably lose this castle as well. He's got 4 trebuchets on this castle. Fort Castle being dropped by Tim. Well, this is not really that in his face. It could be more in his face even. And Tim pushing in with all of his Eagle Warriors. He's got 35 Eagle Warriors on. He's cleaning up AngelinaJolie's base. I don't think, there we go. And AngelinaJolie calls it. That was quite... I mean, that was quite an impressive showing from AngelinaJolie. I mean, from Tim, to be honest. That was pretty impressive from Tim. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. And we'll see the scores reflected. He was relatively far ahead in the end. Military-wise, units killed, the KD is basically even. He just had insane numbers at the end, which made it almost impossible for AngelinaJolie to be able to get back into it in the end when he had his base overrun. Economy-wise, there also we can see the power of the Aztec economy with with only 4 additional villages as a villager high. He had so much more resources simply because of the strong economy that the Aztecs have. Even though the Mayans do also have a strong economy, it does taper off a little bit towards the late game, and that Aztec economy just keeps getting stronger and stronger towards the late game. In the timeline, you can see where Tim starts taking a villager lead, and he gets this massive military numbers up as soon as he hits Castle Age, and he doesn't lose it. He just keeps it, and he starts producing even more once he hits Imperial Age. And from there, it was pretty much over for AngelinaJolie. And that is it for this video. Remember to subscribe by clicking on my face to the left. To watch the last video I uploaded, click on the top video on the right. If you'd rather see what YouTube thinks you'd like to watch, click on the bottom video. So until next time, happy gaming.